Okay, let me show you what we can do with the knowledge about harmony. And this is one of my compositions. I want to show you some chord progressions and some melody, and this will be part of the subject we will go on the next 5 videos. Alright, now we will talk about harmony, contemporary harmony, and how we can use these tools for composition in flamenco guitar. So, we will explain how a dominant chord behaves, where does it go. In the traditional period, the dominant chord goes to a chord located at a perfect fourth ascendant. For example, if we speak of C sharp 7, this chord will move to a F sharp chord. So this is one example in traditional behavior of this dominant chord. The fact that it contains a tritone from the major third to the flat 7 produces a tendency to solve to a chord which is located at the perfect fourth ascendant. So in this case we could do C sharp 7, F sharp 1. This is quite conventional, right? Then we could also do C sharp 7 and F sharp major. Can go to a major chord obviously, and can also go to a dominant chord which will sound like this. Now, beyond this, there are other ways to move the chord, or they create enlaces or linking chords which are less of a cliché or less conventional. Now we will talk about moving this chord to a flat 5 ascendant. So it's C sharp, and then we have to go to a G. First we will move it. It will be also important to mention that the chord we are going to, these dominant chords, when altered, how we use the voicings there, it has a lot of meaning, because due to this voicing way we move the chords, we are speaking also guitaristically, because in piano, voicings are different. Sometimes there are many dictionaries and people that talks about chords in a pianistic way or pianistic approach, like how the piano voice things is very different for guitar. So now in this lesson of contemporary harmony applied to flamenco, this will be tools that you will use in your composition work. And then we will analyze different things, obviously by Paco de Lucia and other compositions I did, so that we can settle certain examples by using these tools here. The first one we will mention this going to, from this dominant chord, let's talk about C sharp 9 augmented or this alter chord here. And from this one we will go to a G, first to a G minor. So one option would be, look how it sounds, the color of the change. Of course, this is a G minor with the bass of the 9. This is the sound. Very interesting and unconventional way to move a dominant chord. Then also we could use this voicing, would be so. As you see, how we move the voices is very important, matters, because that's when you will do an aesthetic output. Otherwise, if we move this just fire chord, camp chord, or acorde de peluquero, fire camp chord, that's the term in English for this acorde de peluquero, because the barber shops used to have a guitar here in Spain there, and they play chords, very simple chords, you know, with triplication or duplication of root, that like that, the most conventional ones. And what we are talking about here is some conventional things, because we want to get excited by not cliche things, but all the opposite to the cliche, and to try to search different possibilities for creating chord patterns in improvisation, into compositional work, obviously. And therefore this chord moves to a G minor. Check this thing. Which if we do with a very simple chord, will become like this. It's not sounding good, but if I use these tensions here, these dissonances, to move them up in an harmonical way, it's a very nice change. Or actually, it could be also. Okay, so now we will move to a major chord located at the flat 5 ascendant, or G major 11 augmented. So we have from C sharp alter, because from here already the chords already told you a story about what you can do melodically, right? So we have C sharp 7 octave, G major 7 11 augmented. We could now, from here, from this G major 7 for augmented, we could take this as the flat 6 degree of B minor and solve it into the 5th 7 flat 9, namely F sharp 7 flat 9. So this will sound like this, more or less. Just to give you an idea, this is not a composition or anything, it's just checking about the tools we can use. So we do. This is an interesting way. So from here to G major 7. etc. with these chords and sound unconventional. These are tools. There is no reason why you have to repeat always the same thing. Here there are many possibilities, and therefore if you repeat yourself into the same pattern, same stuff, it means you didn't study really properly. You didn't study. Because as possibilities there are many. Now how we use them, that we will do in other lessons, how to apply these principles to practical understanding in composition. So the last thing will be to move to a major chord. Well, from here, see, it's already, it sounds very good. Now we will go to a dominant chord. First example was going to a minor from C sharp to the 4 augmented ascendant, which in this case we will take it as flat 5 to call it G minor. Here the style of the chord is very important to consider, or namely the note that we have on the base of the chord. Like in this case, it's 9. And now we will move to a G dominant, from C sharp 7 alter to G dominant. Here is one thing. So we have we could do also this. So 3 examples from C sharp to G minor. Then to a major, this is excellent. And of course, could be, if we just take the chord there, the simplest chord will sound not very good, will sound strange. But by combining the tensions, solving those tensions into another tension to be solved, or to stabilize the chord, then this will be that the 11 augmented here is important because it's the root of the chord from which we were coming. That's what gives a very contemporary sound. See? This is from C sharp to a major, and then from C sharp to G7. use that to modulate, going to the flat 5 ascendant chord from here, and then taking this as the fourth of D minor, and solve to the fifth 7.9. These are all ways in which we could take one chord as 1 degree of another as a modal exchange thing. Of course, you know already what I'm talking about because this is an advanced lesson, advanced level 1 for composition and harmony.